Man, my first time in Vancouver, enjoy. I didn't have time to see much the city, but what I saw was very beautiful city. I heard about it before I came, and Walter, he runs the Alliance school here in Vancouver. It's very nice facility, and I came here to teach a 2 day seminar, and so today was the first day. It was pretty awesome. Have a nice group of people, very nice environment. Very great energy. So for sure tomorrow is going to be another nice day.
So you've had a couple roles so far with some of our local browns and blacks. How do you feel the level of jiu-jitsu here in Vancouver is?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. When we have like a good teachers or good professionals, like for sure the level is gonna be pretty high. Especially when you train with the Alliance guys. As our team has really good methodology. So the basics is always gonna be strong, and so I had a pleasure to train with a few guys. Like 45 minutes, 50 minutes straight. Rollings, sparring. So it was pretty awesome.
Basically Shark Tank you.
Yeah, Shark Tank. The guys came over and over. Said, "No, stop." The guys keep coming, but it was pretty fun. It's the way that I like it. I like after my seminars, enjoy and train with not everybody, but few guys, and have a pleasure to train with those guys. That is priceless.
All right, we're gonna take it back a little bit here. So, what was it that first got you interested in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Man, so since I was young, my parents always supporting for me to do sports. So I did like all kind of sports. Swim, basketball, soccer. In Brazil, soccer is huge. And then I started doing capoeira, as well. When I was 10 years old, I did from 10 to 16. And then a friend of mine, say, "Look, man, I started jiu-jitsu. So for sure gonna like it. Let's go check it out. You're gonna like it." And then I went, to try the class with him. At that time he was I think yellow belt, something like that. And then anyway, I did my first class. I fell in love. I was a little bit skinny, and my confidence also was a little bit low. And start building that confidence. You say, man, this is it's pretty awesome. I'm skinny. I can be able to handle with big guys, and it's pretty awesome. How jiu-jitsu impacted my life. The first class, right? The first class I saw how powerful the art was. And then after that, and my first class, so I had to wait for 2 weeks because of that time, and the gis was so expensive. Back in 2000, the gis was so expensive. Jiu-jitsu wasn't popular as now. And then my mom said, "Look, man, we're gonna go, but I'm gonna register, but you have to wait for 2 weeks, until I receive my salary, And then wait for 2 weeks, but I went to the academy every day to watch, So until I was able to sign up, and here I am, I never stopped for a week, Even vacation, I go somewhere, I teach a seminar, train, always active.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say? How has BJJ helped you throughout life? What is your biggest takeaway so far from jiu-jitsu?
First, since I started, to survive, right? Because man, as you start, you don't know much, and then as you start sparring, and then the people all over you choke you out, and you have to go survive and try to get out, try to escape. That is you're fighting for a leave. Looks like you're fighting for a leave. Fighting for survival. So that is the first thought. And never give up. Never give up. If you give up, the life can choke you as well. So that's the biggest thing. The discipline as well. Be on time. Get on time at the dojo. So be lifestyle, the health lifestyle. You eat a little bit better, because if you don't eat good, you're gonna feel when you're training. You're gonna get out, you're gonna get tired. All these kind of things. Respect others. you respect your family, and so it's so like, so jiu-jitsu is so rich, you can learn a lot of things from jiu-jitsu, so.
So with as many championships and tournaments you've won, what would you say was your biggest accomplishment out of that, or what was the most gratifying?
Man, for sure it was like at the World Championship. I did this year. I was able to win my 4th time the black belt with the gi. That was my main goal. To break the records, because I am the first lightweight has 4 world title. Before, like, some of other guys has like 3 titles. So that was my main goal. To achieve these and break records. And of course, on the way, for this journey, until I'm able to break records on the lightweight division, like taught so many things. I have to be very focused. Nothing can distract me. Like as I said, respect. Everything. Respect. Like even though I was very focused on myself, but I didn't be able to forget my students, like I have to find the balance, to achieve my main goal, and help me so many things, like I'm a better husband, a better human being, now, so, help me to achieve like other values as well.
Now, with the trend now in BJJ right now is a submission only game. You're seeing a lot of people going towards the EBIs, the what do you call it, SUG underground, the submission underground, all that. Does any of that make any sense to you to compete in, or is that too different from what you're?
Yeah, so actually, like, jiu-jitsu is one thing, like your goal is to submit, others, right? So, and the guys create different rules. If, like, end of the day is submit each other, it's fine,
Mm-hmm.
So is one thing that I don't agree much the way it is, but I accept. It's a little bit different, but as I said, at the end of the day, they're looking for the submission. That's what jiu-jitsu was created. That's the reason, right? So. But you can see, like, a lot of tournaments that the submission on we don't see much submissions, right? So this is one question that say, okay, has the, is good and bad, because you can see the strategic, like you can see that is like they don't have much submissions, and the other tournaments is just like allowance points and submissions. They're looking for more, like we have more percentage of the submission of these tournaments. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes when the submission only, and then they have the time limit, and then both guys are scared to tap and just play safe, don't expose much, and that's it. The time is over. They run out of the time, and no submission.
And it becomes a game of the overtime.
Exactly. Exactly. If like the submission only, no time limit, okay, makes sense more. The guys start go over there, try, but then they can take 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hours, whatever, because this is almost impossible to do a tournament like this. It's not impossible, but it's really hard. Mm-hmm. Because this they need to put the time, But as I said, I think the traditional rules, I think, like, on my opinion, is worth it. It's more worth it.
Now, is there anybody out there that you haven't competed against that you'd love to compete against?
Man, actually, I don't have like, I don't have like, yeah, look, that guy, I want to fight him, right. I'm not the type of person that I say, man, I don't want to fight this guy, It's like I fight on my division. It's like if I meet those guys there, anybody for me is fine. Is new generation is coming up, old generation, always a challenge, We can see a lot of good guys come up every single year, So this year was like I just turned 10 years on my black belt. So, and then I was able to to won, to win like the World Championship in back 2007, and was able to win this year as well. After 10 years after that, so was pretty amazing, for me. Like I'm very proud to keep going, keep it up, with the new generations, and that's what motivates me as well. I can see these new generations, new talents coming up. I said, man, I have to train even harder. I have to catch up them. So that is a challenge. I like challenge. So that's what's keep me challenge myself and keep going.
That's an amazing accomplishment. Spanning your 4 championships over a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, usually with most combat sports, you'll see people only have that maybe a 5-year window, maybe 4-year window where they're actually dominant, and you've been able to do that for 10 years. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Last question. What can we expect for your 2018? I mean, that's such a great accomplishment to be able to have the 4th World Championship. And you were talking earlier about setting new goals. What's the next goal?
Man, it's like, I have few goals yet before I stop competing. I think competing help to keep me motivated as well. And consequently, I keep my students as well motivated, but of course tournaments is not like everything. There is like a bunch of, I have affiliations to take care and provide them a support, and my students in Charlotte, and get one point that I'm not able to keep going, like at one point everybody have the end of the career, right? So I still have some goals to achieve, and next year I'm planning to fight few tournaments, but I'm not that point that I'm not like fighting to prove anything anymore. I'm fighting because I still have that fire, So if I am able to accomplish the title, awesome, If not, I'm just keep training and fight again, because until I have that fire inside, I'm gonna keep going. When I start losing that fire, that motivation, say, man, I don't know, I'm not motivated anymore to keep going, then I'm going to stop. But why I'm motivated, I'm not looking for more titles, because I won like 7 Pan-Ams, 7 World Championship is like something that for me, if I achieve more, awesome. I think everybody likes to win and accomplish more and more, but now it's not my priority. My priority now is keep training hard, and keep competing as many times as I can, and performance well as well, the way that I like it, looking for the submissions, show my style, and and that's it, man. It's, until I have a good healthy, and keep that fire, and want to keep going.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the interview. Thanks so much.